Today is Friday, August 28th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 steps and 12 traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are on We Agnostics. We'll read the first part of page 47. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on step 6. We'll read page 69. And of course, read NA's Just for Today and Al-Anon's Courage to Change. So with that, hope you all are doing well this beautiful Friday morning. We made it. Another work week just about done. For those of you who work on the weekends, I apologize. But, hopefully every day can feel like a Friday. But yeah, life's good over here. And let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. If you recall from yesterday's reading out of We Agnostics in the Big Book, I love the paragraph we left off on, that to us the realm of the Spirit is broad, roomy, and all-inclusive, never exclusive or forbidding to those who earnestly seek. It is open, we believe, to all men. So that tells me that regardless of your religious background or regardless of any perception of a higher power you may have, you're welcome to work this program, and that shouldn't impede your progress. So we are on page 47. We're going to be reading the first paragraph today. When therefore we speak to you of God, we mean your own conception of God. This applies too to other spiritual expressions which you find in this book. Do not let any prejudice that you may have against spiritual terms deter you from honestly asking yourself what they mean to you. At the start, this was all we needed to communicate spiritual growth, to effect our first conscious relation with God as we understand Him. Afterward, we found ourselves accepting many things which then seemed entirely out of reach. That was growth. But if we wished to grow, we had to begin somewhere. So we used our own conception, however limited it was. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on step 6. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. And yesterday we talked about having the open-mindedness to just realize that, hey, this might be a lifetime thing. We're not going to get it 100% perfectly right. But the willingness and the open-mindedness to think, you know what? Maybe God can remove this defect from me. Instead of saying, no, that'll always be part of me. That'll never go away. Having that open mind and working at it can certainly be effective. So we are on page 69 today. Looking again at those defects that we are still unwilling to give up, we ought to erase the hard and fast lines that we have drawn. Perhaps we shall be obliged in some cases to still say, this I cannot give up yet. But we should never say to ourselves, this I will never give up. Let's dispose of what appears to be a hazardous open end that we have left. It is suggested that we ought to become entirely willing to aim toward perfection. We know that some delay, however, might be pardoned. That word, in the mind of a rationalizing alcoholic, could certainly be given a long-term meaning. He could say, oh, how very easy. Sure, I'll head toward perfection, but I'm certainly not going to hurry any. Maybe I can postpone dealing with some of my problems indefinitely. Of course, this won't do. Such bluffing of oneself will have to go the way of many another pleasant rationalization. At the very least, we shall have to come to grips with some of our worst character defects and take action toward their removal as quickly as we can. The moment we say no, never, our minds close against the grace of God. Delay is dangerous, and rebellion may be fatal. This is the exact point at which we abandon limited objectives and move toward God's will for us. NA Just for Today, August 28th. The light of exposure. These defects grow in the dark and die in the light of exposure. Basic text, page 32. The fifth step asks us to share our true nature with God, with ourselves, and with another human being. It doesn't encourage us to tell everybody every little secret about ourselves. It doesn't ask us to disclose to the whole world every shameful or frightening thought we've ever had. Step 5 simply suggests that our secrets cause us more harm than good when we keep them completely to ourselves. If we give in to our reluctance to reveal our true nature to even one human being, the secret side of our lives becomes more powerful. When the secrets are in control, they drive a wedge between ourselves, our higher power, and the things we value most about our recovery. When we share our secret selves in the confidence with at least one human being, our sponsor perhaps, or a close friend, this person usually doesn't reject us. We disclose ourselves to someone else and are rewarded with their acceptance. When this happens, we realize that honest sharing is not life-threatening. The secrets have lost their power over us. Just for today, I can disarm the secrets in my life by sharing them with one human being. Al-Anon's Courage to Change, August 28th. I had never even dared to trust another person the way that I trusted my first Al-Anon sponsor. With faltering self-confidence, I had asked her to sponsor me. I was a mess. Would she have me? I was sure she would turn me down because I thought I was not worth saving. Her positive response really took me by surprise. Gently, she guided me through the steps. I was so desperate to feel better that I was willing to try whatever Al-Anon tool or idea she suggested. I lived, breathed, and ate Al-Anon. One lonely day I phoned her, crying out in despair that I'd never get the hang of feeling better. What she said at that critical time was, "I don't know anyone who is as willing to work the program as you are." My spirit soared. She had said to me what I couldn't say to myself, but I knew that it was true. I was very willing. In that moment of acknowledgement, I knew that I'd be okay, because I had what it took. In time, her example helped me learn to give that kind of acknowledgement to myself. I had taken a chance. I had trusted. And as a result, I learned that I was worth saving. Today's reminder: learning to value myself can begin by having the courage to find and use a sponsor. Nothing we can do, however virtuous, can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we are saved by love. Quote from Reinhold Niebuhr. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. And man, I love that Al-Anon reading. What the sponsor says to the sponsee: "I don't know anyone who is as willing to work the program as you are." You know, that there's a lot of times where I'll try to beat myself up, telling myself lies like, I don't deserve the life that I have now and all these things. When am I ever going to feel better? And I always think about what a dear friend told me. He said, "Rob, speak to yourself the way that you would speak to a friend of yours who's trying their best." And here's what I would say. Hey man, you're doing a lot better than you think you are. Don't listen to those lies, man. I mean, look at you. You're trying your best to be a better person. You're praying, you're meditating, you're trying to live a life of integrity. Dude, you can't change the past, but it's clear to me that you're doing everything you can to prevent it from happening again. To make those indirect and direct amends wherever possible. Keep going, man. I'm proud of you. And my friend would tell me, hey, now, the way you're speaking to that friend is the way you should speak to yourself. And I see progress in that area, thanks to my higher power. And then talking about the NA reading, you know, about being as sick as your secrets. Once again, I think of a dear friend. He's kind of my accountability partner. I've got several. I call it checking in with my people. Right around 5 o'clock in the afternoon or evening, every evening, I check in with about 4 or 5 people that some are in the program, some are not. But they're people who know what I struggle with, what I wrestle with, and having that accountability has been absolutely huge. And I've had to be honest, rigorously honest, when I have made selfish choices, And then even though the fear would try to talk me into, nah, don't tell them. What they don't know won't hurt them. When I actually just dispel that fear and do it anyway, I have found every time that I've not been rejected. That if anything, the person will tell me, thank you for trusting me. Thanks for being honest. Okay, what can we do to fix this? What can we do differently to live into the man that you want to be? So all that fear, it just turns out to be boogeyman. It's not real. Finally, anytime that I'm, in my head about teaching or anything like that, all I got to do is read a student letter. And all I got to do is think about something my sponsor once told me, and he was talking about how every time he goes to the meeting, he says a real quick prayer, God, help me help one. So all I got to think about is, hey, just try to help one, try to serve one today. And if I can do that, it's been a good day. And even if I can't find anybody I can tangibly serve, the willingness to serve somehow helps me and my soul. Go figure. But my friends, that's all we have time for today. I hope you all have a great one. Please know, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other sect. I am just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery. Honored to be here another day. Thank you all so much for the emails. Thank you for the little Spotify comments and things like that. Thank you all for sharing the podcast. I heard some of y'all say that you tell your friends about this and everything. And I don't have any social media or anything like that. I don't think I'm allowed to do stuff like that to promote the show, and I don't want to. I really don't. This is just clearly word of mouth, and I appreciate, just the kind words and the encouragement to keep going. I'm taking it one day at a time. I don't know how long I'll do this. This could be the last year. This could be something I do for 10 more years. I have no idea. I'm a little afraid to stop if I'm being honest, for my own sobriety. But I certainly appreciate all the support and encouragement. And please know that doesn't go unnoticed. I try to acknowledge every comment, every email. And if a couple have gotten lost between the cracks, I'll deeply apologize and don't ever intend to do that. But my friends, I hope you all have a great one. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.